and Jess, and today I'm going to do my November wrap-up. I've not done a wrap-up since I came to university, but I'm not going to do a wrap-up of the whole 3 months I've been at uni just because I don't want to, and so I'm not going to. So if you want to know what I've been reading, my Goodreads is there. And I'm going to do a wrapping up all the books that I had to read for my first semester soon. So this video is just going to be a wrap up of November. I'm also changing it up a bit where I'm not just wrapping up books, but I'm wrapping up movies and TV as well, because I'm not reading a lot of books, so that makes these videos a bit more meaningful if I do that too. So let's get started with the books. So I read 3 books in November and I enjoyed all of them, and that's my main goal now, to enjoy all the books I read. So the first book I read was The Martian by Andy Weir, and I have a book review up for this one. I have a book review up for all 3 of these books, and I loved The Martian. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was brilliant. I can't wait to see the movie. I just haven't had a chance to see it yet, so I really want to see it. I am very excited to see it because I just think it would be great, and Matt Damon seems like he would be amazing in this role. So next I read The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh, and I also have a full review of this one which will be linked down below, and it was just amazing. It's a retelling of 1001 Nights, which I've never really delved into before, so it was just great to read that, I guess. I really enjoyed it. The romance was brilliant and the characters were brilliant too. And lastly, I read For Uni Never Let Me Go by Kashiro Izaguro, and I just loved it. I have a review of that too. I will link it down below, but I have so many thoughts about it that I didn't even say in my review, and I don't have an outlet for them apart from in uni, and we finished that text now, so it's not like I have an outlet in uni for them anymore. I just like go up to random people on my course and I'm like, did you read Never Let Me Go? It was so good. I've also basically read Room by Emma Donoghue, but I've not finished it yet. I'm very close to finishing it though, and I have started studying it this week. And yeah, those were the books I read in November. Now let's get on to the movies and TV shows that I watched in November. So the first movie that I watched was Spectre, which is the new James Bond film. I've never seen a James Bond film before, so this was my first experience of a James Bond film, and I went into it with like extremely low expectations. I thought I would hate it and thought I just wouldn't want to watch it, and I just got free cinema tickets, that's why I went, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't love it. I think it's definitely got some problems, like gender wise and stuff, but if you didn't watch films because of their misrepresentation of gender, then you wouldn't watch any films, and so it doesn't pass the Bechdel test by any standards, but it's very good. It's shot really well. All the location-based things are amazing, and I know that's because it's got a high budget and not really because of anything creatively, but they're still so good. Like the establishing shots that they used were beautiful. Like when they went to Austria and stuff, it was great, and it really made me feel like I was in Austria. And I've been there and I love it. It's such a beautiful place, and yeah, I think that was really great. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It's not got a lot of in-depth storyline, and I think there was things I missed because I've not seen the other Bond films, but I still really enjoyed it. So that's my my opinions on Spectre. I also caught up fully on Once Upon a Time this month. So I watched the last half of season 4 this month, and then the beginning half of season 5 so far this month, and I just think Once Upon a Time is one of those shows that I pick up and put down a lot, but that I really still love. When I do pick it up, I get obsessed with it so easily, and it's a big problem. I was watching Once Upon a Time like 5 episodes a day, and it was getting in control of my uni life, so I now have new obsessions, which I will talk about later. But yeah, Swan and Hook is just the best ship ever. I love them so much. They're so cute, and yeah, it's just really good. I've also been watching the season 9 of Doctor Who, which I've been absolutely loving. I really love Peter Capaldi. I think he's not my favourite Doctor, obviously, because Matt is my favourite Doctor, but he is a strong contender. I like him probably as much as I like David Tennant, so that's like pretty good. And obviously Clara is my favourite companion because she's my first companion, so I think I will always feel an attachment to her and Matt. And so the season made me really sad because of Clara, but also like I really like Capaldi. Then I watched Ant-Man. I spent the month sort of getting caught up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the TV shows and stuff, and I really loved Ant-Man. I think it was really funny. It sort of had the Guardians of the Galaxy feel to it, but less funny, and Guardians of the Galaxy is my favourite Marvel movie, so like if it had a Guardians of the Galaxy feel to it, then it's really good. And I really loved Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. I think he fits the role so well because he's so like, he's such an actor that you wouldn't think of to do this role, and the character he's playing is such a character that you wouldn't think of to be Ant-Man, so they sort of fit together really well. And yeah, I really liked it. I'm excited to see more from Ant-Man. I think he's in Civil War, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. But I'm excited in whatever he does. Obviously, I've been watching Arrow season 4, which has been great so far. It's not been like really high concept or anything. It's not been as good as the other seasons, I don't think, but it's getting there. Like it's getting to the plot. I think it's very much setting up for Legends of Tomorrow rather than being its own thing this half of the season, and it sort of takes away from like the Arrow stuff, but I like it anyway. And also Flash, and again Flash has been sort of the same. It's just been setting up for Zoom and for Legends of Tomorrow, and I think first half of seasons are sometimes just set up and it needs to get to the second half of the season before it's really great. But I like the Gorilla Grodd episode, and I just really like it. I think the characters are more coming into themselves now, and I think the guy who plays what's his name? The doctor guy that was in the wheelchair last year is a brilliant actor for being able to play like the villainy guy last year and the sort of concerned father this year, which is the same character. It's really odd, but it's great. And I've been watching Supergirl season 1 so far, and oh my god, I love Supergirl. Oh, I'm so obsessed with it. I love it so much. I think Kara is adorable. I love the feminist messages that come with Supergirl just from the fact that it's a woman. I just love it. I love how it's presented, and it's so cute. I love how they're dealing with Superman because they're not allowed to use him, but they still sort of reference him, and he does pop up a few times, but they're not allowed the actor. It's quite difficult. I'm very excited to see if it like plays into Flash and Arrow because it is in the same universe, and I'm excited to see if that plays into it next season. But I love all the characters on it, and getting to know them is so adorable, and the woman who plays Supergirl is so great. I love her. I loved her in Glee, and I love her as Supergirl. I think she's perfect for the role. She's just so good, and I think Supergirl's going in the right direction, although I was a bit confused because one of the episodes they put off because I see why while I've watched it. It was supposed to air 2 days after the Paris attacks, and it featured a suicide bomber, and so they put it back and played the episode after it, before it, and it was so confusing because stuff had happened that we hadn't seen and it was confusing and it didn't make sense, but now it makes sense, and so I'm not confused anymore. And American Horror Story season 5 Hotel has been absolutely great too. I'm still trying to figure everything out, and Lady Gaga is awesome in it. It's so great, and I think she's so good in it, and all the characters from before are great too. We only have like one person left who's been in all of them, and that makes me sad. I miss Jessica Lange so much, but Lady Gaga is great, and everybody that's been in it before is great, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I watched the first 3 episodes of Constantine because Constantine was going to be in Arrow, and he was in Arrow, and it was a great episode, and I wanted to sort of understand who he was. I didn't care about watching the whole thing, but I wanted to understand who he was before he turned up in Arrow randomly, and I really enjoyed them, but I just didn't continue yet, and I probably will be, but I'm not sure when. Whenever I get a space in my TV scheduling that I'm watching. and I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 1, season 2, and I'm now catching up on season 3. I am 3 episodes into season 3 and I'm loving it so far. I've done a review of season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that I will link down below, but it just keeps getting better and better, and I think it's great that new characters can come into the mix, and the banter is still great. Like, the family aspect of it is still like the same, and I love it. And I love that each season changes a bit and gets more into the Inhumans and stuff, and each season is very different to each other, and I really like that. I watched Jessica Jones episode 1, and I didn't watch any more of it because I'm gonna try and catch up in the order that they came out. So like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. first, then Agent Carter, then Daredevil, then Jessica Jones, and yeah, so I only watched one episode, but I really loved it. David Tennant is so scary, and even though I've not even seen his face properly yet, but he's so freaky, and I hate his powers, and it makes me really, oh no, and yeah, it was a really good episode. I think they had too many fades in it, editing wise. It was a bit weird. Me and Harry were watching it and like, oh, there's another fade, and yeah, it was like focusing. That's what I mean, not fade, focusing. Like, it would like not focus on something and then it would focus, and it was just like, it was done too much. It was great the first time they did it, but it got a bit boring. And then I watched 2 more movies, and that is Captain America the Winter Soldier, which was great, and I'd watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. first and didn't know about the timeline thing about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Winter Soldier, so I'd already known about Hydra, so it was quite difficult to like be shocked by the Winter Soldier, but I still thought it was great. Captain America and Black Widow have such a banter together, and the Winter Soldier was so sad, and I hope that they leave him in Civil War, and he's a bit saved, but I hope they save him more. And then I watched Avengers Age of Ultron, which I liked, but I didn't love. Like, it was good. I think it was better than the first Avengers movie, but only because I'm not a big fan of the Avengers movies. But I don't think it was great. I think it was a filler between, like, it was just trying to get another movie out of them all together before Civil War happens, and yeah, it's okay. I like it. It's fine. It's not a Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is still my favourite Marvel movie, and I'm pretty sure it will be for the foreseeable future. And I introduced it to Harry this month, so I also rewatched that, because Harry had never seen it, and I was like, it's my favourite movie, watch it, and he loved it too, so yay. And yeah, so that was my read it and watched it in November, and I hope to continue this format next month, but this video is quite long, so who knows. I also set up a page on my Tumblr where I'm chronicling what I'm watching and what I'm watching for movies and TV all month, so I will do the same for December. So comment down below what you've been reading or watching this month, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.